Hello everybody that's joining. I'm just going to do about an hour of Mountain Blade Warband. So I'll just get straight on with it. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better now, thanks. I'm still not totally back to normal, but the tablets I'm on seem to be working quite well. But I'm going to have to probably see my GP again fairly soon regarding some of the stuff to do with that. How do you know it's a good video? You haven't seen much of it so far. I just answered that, Neo Papa. My voice is mostly back to normal though, but it still does hurt to talk a bit. So at the moment I'm just trying to get more recruits so I can bolster my army size again. Why not? Cheers. Yeah, I'm just doing it now because I've got time to do one now. Right, what's my total party size? 107. Okay, so I can get quite a lot more recruits, yeah. This is Mountain Blade Warband. Let's just see if there's a ransom broker in Jelka, or Jelkala, whatever it's called. That will be at your end, Neopapa, not mine. Other people can do super chats. If you'd like to donate to me, please do it through Patreon. That'd be very kind of you. But lots of countries, I don't know which country you're in, can't do super chat. Yeah, I'm doing a bit better now for the people who haven't heard already. But obviously it's not a fast recovery from sort of GERD type stuff. If it is GERD, I don't think they've given a definitive answer on that. I've already done a video on it, so I'm not going to go over it over and over and over again. Yeah, it's called, you know, having a job. For years I worked a job. This is Mountain Blade Warband has already been answered. How much food have I got? Still quite a lot. I should have sold a lot of that stuff in Joker. Oh well. FP5 filters fit on a GP5 if you don't mean original filters. Right, I want the sharpshooters at the top of my thing. You can go to the bottom. When you say 40k, do you mean tabletop, or do you mean many of the 40k games? It's a bit vague, just say play 40k. Yeah, like I've said, this is just getting really old with, this filter does not contain asbestos. We all know the Soviet filters are dodgy, don't use them. No, they're both 40mm. It's that Ghost has a wider thread, and the pitch is slightly different. Oh, actually, NATO has a wider thread, which is why NATO filters don't fit properly in Ghost mask, and the thread is a slightly different pitch. Is that all of them? Yeah, sounds like it. Any good loot? Nothing amazing. Right, have I missed anything interesting in the chat? Nope, I'm not going to do any videos on games I don't play. Nah, not really. I haven't played any of the Dawn of War games in ages. Dawn of War 3 was total crap from what I heard, so I haven't really got any interest in playing them. Isn't Soulstorm the one that was really crap? I think Dark Crusade was pretty good when I played that back in the day, but Soulstorm's the one that was the metal boxes one, wasn't it? No, I don't play Fortnite or any modern crap. Maybe they'll finally get around to releasing Bannerlord though, the sequel to this year maybe. Probably not. I've already said over and over and over again about people wearing GP5 filters. If they're dumb enough to do it when they know that all the evidence points to it having asbestos in it, then, you know, they're winning their Darwin Award. This place is being raided. Who can we kill there? He's got 87 troops, I've got 72. Shall I risk this? What's he got that's actually decent? Horsemen are dangerous. Master archers are dangerous. He's only got 12 archers in total though. Mamluks. Right, what's my troop composition? 29 sharpshooters, they're great. Veteran crossbowmen are good. I've got 28 regular tribesmen, so I better run from him for now. Oh wait, this guy's coming in, so I'll accompany him and then we can attack him together. Yeah, I'm running Windows 10 unfortunately. Wish I was still on Windows 7. NPC's not going to actually attack him. Okay. I'll just follow this guy around now for a while anyway, because I've not got the best troops at the moment. Because you bought surplus and you don't always get a good one if it's ripped. Why don't you complain to the person who sold it you? Polycarbonate, if you can get polycarbonate sheeting, but that's probably going to be very expensive. See, I really don't care about what stupid people do on YouTube. You can find videos of people managing to kill themselves doing stupid shit as well, so I don't really see what's interesting in that. You have 272 troops fit for battle against the enemy, 73. Excellent. Right, I'll tell my crossbowmen just to hold this position. They can advance slightly. Yeah, if you've ordered something that doesn't turn up after the expected period, you can contact the seller, and if they can't sort out, eBay will give you a refund. That's why you buy stuff on eBay, because you've actually got a buyer protection. Yeah, we've had our first spam message. Right, other than the Emir, is there anybody else worth looting? Master archers are valuable, Mamelukes are valuable, veteran footmen are valuable. Let's do the regular archer. Actually, no, the Horseman's probably worth more. There's nothing wrong with eBay. Don't think anybody said it was wrong with eBay. I was saying to people earlier, if you bought stuff from eBay and it's not turned up, you actually have buyer protection. Yeah, I buy loads of stuff from eBay, no problem. If an item doesn't turn up, it's very good for actually sorting it out. You actually have more rights as a buyer on eBay than the seller, so that is something to bear in mind, that it's not necessarily always a good idea to sell stuff on eBay, but it's quite good as a buyer. Somebody did a 3D printed GOS to NATO thing, but I've never actually seen anybody 3D print them off and then use them for anything. You can just buy the Chinese 40mm hoses though, because they're kind of normalised at both ends. So that means that you can put them on a GOST mask and then a NATO filter on the bottom of the hose and it should work fine. Yeah, I bought quite a big hardback from eBay the other day, and that was fairly cheap. I actually find with eBay as well, you get a lot more buyer protection than Amazon. In case like something doesn't turn up, it's much easier to sort out on eBay than Amazon Marketplace. I've done videos on nuclear war, but you basically wouldn't survive. Just watch threads. Alright, so I'll put that guy in my castle dungeon, actually. I'll try and remember next time I do a stream as well to turn off the chat delay thing. Annoyingly, I can't turn it off once you start a stream when you're doing it in a game without actually stopping the stream. Probably a hamburger, actually. I do like pizza. To try and bump into another ransom broker so I can sell off the other prisoners. Do you mean, will a Chinese hose actually make a good enough seal that it should protect you? From what I've been able to test using banana oil and stuff, yes, it would work fine. But ideally you just want to get a NATO mask anyway with NATO filters. Unless you're actually somewhere in sort of Central or Eastern Europe and you can actually buy new GOS filters really cheap, or normalised filters really cheap, but for the most part, most people can't do that. Which is why I've kind of advised people not to use GP5s if they're trying to actually get a mask for something serious. Ah, cool. Happy birthday to your YouTube channel then, Mike. I think mine's about... When did I start mine? I think I started my YouTube channel about 2012 at some point. So mine's probably 6 years old now. I'm pretty sure it's over 6 years now. I've had mine. Keep wanting to see if anybody's got a sword that's actually better than the sword I've currently got, but this kind of falchion cleaver thing is really good stats. 38 swing damage for a one-handed weapon. Because most of these are two-handed. See, the Morning Star, unbalanced though, which probably means you can't swing it very well. Oh well. I wanted to visit the tavern, didn't I, and check if there was a ransom broker here. And that's a weird coincidence, isn't it, if I actually joined YouTube on your birthday. Oh, the farmer will give me a quest to kill the bandits in his town, so let's just do that. Village of Tilimazal. That'll be nearby somewhere. There it is. Yeah, there's like a big Game of Thrones mod for this as well, and apparently Lord of the Rings. There's just so many mods for Warband, but I'm just sort of playing the native game. I finally managed to join an army. I was just doing Roddox again, but this time Roddox have actually taken over a fair chunk of the map rather than just starting a war on loads of fronts instantly and getting crushed, which is generally what the AI does as soon as you join their side. Oh, that guy's got a big hammer. Oh. Yeah, I've already said, mate, you just get a one of the Chinese hoses and then you put that onto the mask and it's normalised at both ends, so it will fit both NATO and Soviet masks, and it will take both GOST and NATO filters. Yeah, spending too much time downloading mods instead of playing it is what ends up happening with me every time I try and play a modern Bethesda game that's newer than Morrowind. Because I keep finding more and more broken features in the game, like, oh, I can download a mod to fix this, and then by the time you've got all your mods eventually installed after everything, it turns out your game will just start crashing horribly because the game can't cope with all the mods being installed. If you just type 40mm hose into eBay, you should be able to find them, because they're the new ones that say they're coming from China. They don't look anything like the old Soviet hoses, so you know it's that because of that reason. Oh, he's abandoned me. What a dick. It's not good starting with a big sand dune right in front of my face. What about the M40 gas mask? M40s are supposedly very good masks for what they are. The problem is M40s are made from silicon, which means you then need to have what they call a second skin, which is a butyl rubber hood to put over the mask to make it work properly as an actual gas mask or respirator. So yeah, they're not that good for that reason. They are very good masks overall, but you know, when you design a mask, you shouldn't make a military respirator out of a rubber that gets destroyed by chemical weapons really quickly. Well, that's sort of a backpack filter, kind of like the satchel filters there. That's sort of the old design. It's just that, you know, it's better to have modular, smaller filters really than big, heavy filters in a canister. I mean, it would work well, it would work for ages, but you know, you have to think of the weight with all the other stuff. Would you actually want to be carrying all that? And you already know I'm not a fan of cheek filter masks, so I don't know why you're asking it. Hello, Denmark. Right, let's put this guy in the prison. Trained crossbowmen should be up above the tribesmen, above the regular crossbowmen. Well, that's the Zombie Survivor Guide, good PR, bad. Are you saying, is the Zombie Survival Guide good or bad? If you're on about that, I don't know, I've not read it. You're on about the Max Brooks one? Whoever bothered writing it, I don't know, I haven't read it. I haven't actually really read anything about the Teutonic Order, or like the Knights Templar, or anything like that. Obviously know they are, but I've not actually read books specifically on them. And obviously no, I do not believe in the Flat Earth. Oh, he destroyed my village. I'm not going to have that, I'm going to go and kill him. Right, where's my 5-foot shell is over there. Right, let's go find him. Oh, Stalker 2 would be great if they actually do a good job of it, and it does come out, because, you know, Stalker 2 was in development for ages anyway, it never came out. This is Mountain Blade Warband. It was Jamisha Roddock one or Saranid one originally. Right, ambushed. Yeah, they are Roddock's good. Next time I pass the city, I need to sell some more of this gear I've got. Mountain Blade Warband. Oh, they've only got 3 troops left, that's a shame. I have a Patreon only Discord server, yeah. Just an FYI for everybody, if you're asking really stupid or offensive questions, you are going to get blocked, so that's a warning. Let me see if I can recruit some more volunteers, because it'd be nice to get the full 100 odd ones I want. We have this MRE conversation every time I do a stream. MREs is fine for soldiers. It's normally stupid to buy them if you're a civilian because they're just incredibly expensive for getting like a 2,000 to 3,000 calorie a meal pack. There's lots of videos on YouTube you can watch where people make their own MREs and they can do it really cheaply in comparison. So yeah, if you got an MRE for free, I suppose that's quite good, but if you're paying for them, then you're really wasting your money, especially the people that just live off of MREs. The amount of money they waste doing that is just insane. Definitely support Trump, but I'm not an American, so I couldn't vote in the US election. As I've said many times, I don't really do political questions on streams, so don't keep asking them. If you absolutely have to use a filter in a situation where you'd be worse off inhaling whatever's about than using a filter, then using an old filter's better than not using a filter. But bear in mind, an old filter's not going to do much to protect you from either. The particulate filter in it might still work, but I don't even know Soviet filters if they are even a like P3 rated filter. For all I know, they're actually a P2 filter, which means obviously if it's a P2 sort of rated filter, they're not necessarily going to give you very good protection from anything. Yeah, that's, what's his name, David Cage or Nick Cage or somebody, isn't it, that does those, Mike? Because I played Heavy Rain, which I thought was alright. I didn't play the Fahrenheit one. Like, I wouldn't want to play games like that regularly, but I thought it was actually quite good just to play one of those games every now and then. Well, you just don't buy an MRE. This is the thing. You buy long-lasting food that you can eat cold, and you just package it, you know, up in bags. It's really simple. I haven't played it. Didn't like the look of it because it didn't really look like a proper game to me. It seems to be more like you walk down a corridor and a guy jumps out and you have to run or shoot him. I'm not paying 87 for cheese even though I've got loads of money. Let's kill those bandits. See if I've got any troops to upgrade before I fight them. Yeah, a few to upgrade. No, I haven't played The Forest. I know it's on Steam, but I've not really had much interest in it. I'm not really a fan of those survival games, all the crafting and everything like that. Because I've played like 7 Days to Die and a couple of others, and they all seem very similar to me. So you like play one, you play them all, in my opinion. I mean, I know some people really like those sort of games, but I'm not a massive fan of them. It's Mountain Blade Warband. How many of them are left? Right, I've got 98 soldiers, they've got 50 currently. The closer they get to my line, the faster they're going to be knocked out by my own crossbow. Did I have any casualties? No, excellent. Right, it's obvious that that guy's just a troll because he's been insulting people in this video and saying stupid things all along. GP7 GP7V are both bad masks in my opinion, but the GP7V at least has a drinking tube on it. Not loads of hours a day. I've played loads of Warband recently, but for the most part I've got a lot of other stuff I have to get done. We better not incite violence on the stream, I think. Very easy to get banned for doing that or arrested in this country. Right, is everybody back? It looked like my hosting program for the stream crashed, so I'm just seeing if it's working again for you lot. Yep, it's working because I can see the video updating. Right. I need to sell all this stuff I've looted now. No, the only thing you can use on a PMG that's not a GOST filter is something like the Polish FB5 filter, which is normalised. Or the regular filters for it is just Soviet ones, but the PMG is not... I'll show you the PMG. Yeah, the PMG is an alright mask. I thought you were going to say the PMK then. But yeah, the PMK is not a good mask. Yeah, there's loads of armours in the game, but they're just really expensive, the like really high tier ones. But I've got like just some sort of mail vest on I looted. I've got like the Crusader style helmet on. It's pretty good. Right, another idiot that needs to be blocked. No, I don't add people on Steam from here, mate. That's just a universal rule. I add people on Patreon who've supported me if they want, but I get lots of people who add me on Steam just to act like dicks. Or just like spam my profile so I don't give it out to anybody anymore. That's the problem. It's also why I have to like turn off messages on Facebook and that. Just simply because when you get too big on YouTube, unfortunately, you start having to deal with people just being like absolute idiots constantly. So as a universal rule, I don't accept anybody. Favourite game is Oddworld's Abe's Exodus, where there's a remake of that being made, actually. This is Mountain Blade Warband. I keep getting asked every 5 minutes. I'm only going to be streaming for about another 15 minutes though. Annoyingly, the stream, like the program I was hosting the stream with, broke a few minutes ago, but it's back up again. But the annoying thing is, I bet now YouTube will actually segregate this into 2 videos, because that's the annoying thing, is if your stream seems to go down, even if you get it back up within a minute, it separates it into 2 videos, which is really annoying. Yeah, I've got loads of canteens. I might do a video on canteens at some point, but I don't find them all that interesting. I mostly just get canteens so that I can have compatibility with various gas masks. And, like, I've actually got a metal kind of drinking bottle canteen thing for actually using as a canteen. because I'd rather drink from metal, to be honest, if it's like stainless steel, than drinking from some of the plastics they use in canteens. I've kept saying I'm not bothering doing a video on the mess kits because I've only got 1 or 2 that came included with canteens, and I have absolutely no interest in them myself. If I'm not interested in something, I won't do a video on it, simply because I can't be at all enthusiastic for it. And then most people who watch my videos wouldn't watch a video, then YouTube punishes my channel because people haven't watched a video. Sadly, that's the way YouTube works. I don't really see the point in downloading them just to re-upload them. One of the things I like about streaming is the fact that they're constantly on. Like, once I finish streaming, the video goes live. This is my job now. Didn't used to be, but this is my job now. I mean, modern plastics they use don't leach into the water, so they're actually quite good plastics, but I just still rather use a metal canteen myself. No, sadly I've not been to the US. Yeah, I've been a full-time YouTuber for almost a year now, actually. I mean, I do some other stuff on the side, but I'm not going to start talking about what that is on the stream. Perfectly legal, but not stuff that, you know, is really any concern of a lot of other people. Surrender or die. I think there are a few Spanish ones, but I'm not aware of loads. I know Spain at a lot of the time made a lot of German stuff, where it was just like, I think they domestically made it, like, made under license. A bit like Spain used to make the German style helmets. But I haven't actually seen any of their modern stuff. There's a few nations like that where you just never see it on eBay, even if they do make it. Right, my crossbowman should finish everybody off now that's still there. I might get 1 million subs, it'll probably take ages. Consider I'm not even at 100,000 yet. Let's see it, Jason. I've already done lots of videos like that. You see, with my channel, there's so many videos on it. What you need to do if you're interested in something is search for it first. Then if you can't find it, ask me then. It's quite annoying when people constantly ask me, can I do a video on something, when there's very clearly a video on my channel about it. I'm not having a go at you specifically, I'm just saying in general, always search before asking me. Yeah, no worries, just in the future always check first. Saber's not as good as my sword. Just because that's like a thing I probably get about 5 questions at least a day from people, like not on streams necessarily, but just on regular comments saying do a video on this, and I've already done one, but they've not bothered looking for it. So, you know, the more you know sort of thing. Right, there's a load of them. Can I lure them into a trap? Because there's a load of my allies there, and they're there. Right, let's chase them now. Worst moment was probably when I broke one of my really expensive cameras. And I've been over that before, but it was one where I had it behind a riot shield and it could film proper slow motion stuff. It was like a big SLR type camera. And when the thing impacted the riot shield, the shield, when it then hit the camera, broke the motor inside it. And again, it's like maybe I could have it repaired, but I bet it would cost more than what the camera's worth now. I mean, the problem is here, we very rarely get Swiss gas masks full stop. Like, the SM67 and the SM74, is it? Or the 71? Or 73, I can't remember the name of it. The one that are nearly both the same, because I have the 67. Both of those are ones that kind of turn up now and again, but you have to spend quite a lot on them. Now, where's the group of bandits that's attacking me then? It's not the dumbest thing in the world. Yeah, PewDiePie stuff's interesting. I never liked him at all when he did game stuff, but now his current stuff where he kind of is more of a satire thing, I actually quite like some of his content now, to be honest. I don't watch it regularly, but when I have seen a lot of it, I thought he's actually, you know, does some stuff that's quite funny. Works in a warehouse. Nothing very interesting. Right now I can maybe sell my stuff finally. Is that all the stuff? Yeah, now I just want to buy loads of bread. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like with the American masks. They do turn up in the UK. You just have to spend a lot more than they're actually worth because of all the reasons that you can't just get them easily. Oh, is he running away to his castle? Oh. What's the king up to then? When you say M4A1 gas mask, I assume you mean M40 gas mask. Or the German gas mask. Do you mean the M65? I think that the M40 is a lot better than the M65, particularly because the M65s only really fit you if you have a very particular face shape. But yeah, I mean, M40s, don't get me wrong, they're good masks. It's just the issue is, and I mean, I really wish I could get one and do videos on it. It's just that they made them out of silicone, which is something you really don't do with military masks. I mean, they had all been replaced now, haven't they, by Avon M50s, which are all beautiful. Right, Count Rayland, is he here? Because this is where he wants me to report to him, but then often you can't actually find. There he is. Right, so let's hopefully end this video with a siege, if they actually besiege the castle fast enough when I'm here. How many troops are in there? Not that many. 66 soldiers, and they only have a couple of archers by the look of it. I know the skirmishers throw things, so they're a bit annoying. The GP5 type Swiss masks look really cool, but yeah, like I said, sadly I've never even seen those for sale at all. Right, here we go. Let's do the siege. And once I finish the siege, I'll end the stream now, because it's been nearly an hour and I've got stuff I need to do. And where I'm on sort of different medications at the moment, I don't really feel well enough in a while, you know, to stay on much longer than an hour. So let's do this. Yeah, but the nose cup's inside the mask, so it doesn't matter. As long as the outside is butyl rubber, it's fine. I did a video covering this recently. Basically, silicone is incredibly easy to be destroyed by blister agents and things like that. So if silicone is on the inside of the mask and you've got a good rubber on the outside, that doesn't matter, because obviously it's inside the mask. When you have silicone on the outside of the mask can just be corroded really quickly. A Swiss gas mask is obviously a gas mask from Switzerland. Oh, you mean... It's not an M4A1, is it? It's the 4A1. Yeah, the Echelon 4A1 is much better than the M65, because it's a one-size-fits-all mask, and actually has a voice diaphragm on it. So yeah, I would definitely myself go for a 4A1 over the M65. Now, the Israeli M15 is even better still, and that's like a much better version of the M65, with a voice diaphragm on, the better seal and everything else. But yeah, the actual M65 I'm not a massive fan of, because they don't ever seem to make good face seals, and it's not just the M65, it's like the masks that are direct copies of it as well never fit me. Because I think you have to have like the exact face shape and the exact right size for the mask to make a seal, because they have like a very poor peripheral seal. Alright, cool, Mike, I'm only on for another minute or so while I do the siege, and I need to go and have a sort of sit or lay down, because some of the tablets I'm on are making me feel a bit funny. And I've got other stuff I need to do as well. Better to a degree. This is the issue at the moment. I'm on a load of different tablets. Some of them have side effects. It's definitely better than being horribly ill, but I do need to speak to the doctor, I think, in probably about a week, and let him know that I'm not getting on with the tablets that well he's given me, and he'll probably have to sort me out with something else. Oh, there we go. So it just takes absolutely ages when there's a siege for them to finally get over war. Last couple of years, basically. So started in my 20s, early 20s, and it's just got like worse over time, as far as I'm aware. You know, like there's been more incidents which are more severe kind of thing, rather than a bit of heartburn now and again. It's kind of like severe heartburn, you know, vomiting, bile, difficulty breathing, that kind of thing related to it. Right, anyway, I'll end the stream here. Thanks for everybody who watched and actually asked sensible questions, not the people asking stupid questions, but the ones doing that on purpose have obviously been blocked now. Which one's the SR1? Is that the Polish casualty mask? The problem is I've got so many masks now, I can't always remember the name of each of the masks off the top of my head. But yeah, cheers anybody. Thanks to everybody for the nice like get wow messages and everything. There should be videos up as usual. I can't remember if I said, Mike, but the stuff I bought on GearBest with your link, that actually turned up today, so that was good. So yeah, that came, I think, in literally about a week after ordering it. The mask looks quite good, so I'll get a video done on that at some stage, probably film that tomorrow, but then that'll be another week before it's up. But yeah, see everybody, bye.